Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture. In our today's lecture, we are going to learn about email. Email stands for electronic mail. So, electronic mail was created to allow two individuals to communicate using a computers. Yes, we all know about email. We are using our email in our day-to-day life. Yes, so you all are aware with this screen. This is the screen of any mail. If I want to send a mail to someone else, then the required thing is the recipient's email address, subject and body, and by clicking on the send button we can able to send the email. So electronic mail is used for sending a single message that includes text, videos or graphics to one or more receivers. Email is very fast to distribute and inexpensive. Yes, within a second we can transfer a mail to someone else. But this is what that we are using in our day-to-day life. But how actually that message was sent? Yes. So that thing is we'll learn in this lecture. So we'll learn how email is worked in the computer network. After clicking on the send button, then what happened to that message, or after sending the message or after sending the email, in what process that whole messages passes out. So that all thing that we'll learn in our email topic. So Simple Mail Transfer Protocol is a standard mechanism for electronic mail in the internet. SMTP is the TCP IP mail delivery protocol. Mail server handles incoming and outgoing mails, and the post office protocol, which is a POP servers, stores the incoming mail while SMTP servers handle outgoing mails. So these protocols that we'll learn in our later session. We'll learn the protocol SMTP, POP, IMP. Yeah, so all that protocol that we'll learn in our later session. But let's understand what are the components of email. So basically there are three main components of email. First is a user agent, second is a mail server, and third is a SMTP. So let's understand each in detail. So the first is a user agent. User agents allows user to read, reply to, forward, save and compose messages. So all the email apps that we are using to send our mail are called the user agents. Suppose a Gmail. So by using the Gmail, we can send our mail, we can get our mail, we can save or compose our mail. Yes, so all that things, all that function that are provided by some applications, that interface or that application are called the user agent. Second is mail server. A mailbox contains the incoming messages for user, a message queue of outgoing mail messages. So with the click of a mouse button, you can send an email from one point of a globe to another in a matter of seconds. So most of us take this process for granted, giving a little thought to how it actually works. It's easy to understand how standard email gets from point A to point B, but how does an email message make its way from a sender A to recipients? So the answer to that question revolves around something is called the mail server. So the mail server is computerized equivalent of your friendly neighborhood mailman. Every email that is sent passes through a series of mail server along its way to its interested recipients. Although it may seem like a message is sent instantly, zipping from one PC to another in a blink of eye. So the reality is that complex series of transfer take place Without this series of mail server, you would only be able to send emails to people whose email address domains matches with your own. So you could only send a messages from one example.com account to another example.com account. So if I want to transfer a mail to that account whose domain name is .yahoo.com, so that I am not able to do that. So for that, mail server are used. Third one is a SMTP. It is a principal application layer protocol between mail server to send email messages. So that SMTP protocol we'll learn in our later session. So this figure shows the three components of email. User agents sends a mail. That mail goes into the mail server with the help of SMTP protocol, and then that sent mail is received by the receiver. Now, email addressing. To send an email to someone, the internet, email address must be known to a sender. Email address something email address look like this: xyz@gmail.com or xyz@yahoo.com. Yes, it may be anything. The email address has two main parts joined by @. In this example, XYZ is the username. Username contains numbers, underscore, and some other characters. Commas, spaces, and parentheses are not allowed in the email address. Gmail.com is the host name of the domain name. Email address is insensitive. So we all know what are the email address. We all have our own email address. Email address is composed of username and domain. So first is a username. After the @ the second part is a domain name. So that is how email address is created. Now next is a function of email. So email system supports the 5 basic functions. They are as follow. First is a composition, second is a transfer, third is a reporting, fourth is a displaying, fifth is a disposition. So let's start with the first. First is a composition. It is a process of creating messages and answers. Any text editor can used for the body of the message. When answering message, the email system can extract the originator's address from the incoming email. So composition means creating a new email. If I want to create a new mail in Gmail, then I click on that plus button or that compose button. Yes, so by clicking on that plus function, it means it call the compose function. So the compose function already contains a originator email address. The only thing that we have to fill in the email is a recipient's address and body and subject. So this so by composing the mail, we can say that if we are composing the mail, it means we are creating a new mail. Yes, so that is the first function. Here we are just creating our mail. Next is transfer. After mail is successfully created, second function is transfer. When we click on the send button, it moving from the originator to receiver. Now our mail is on the way. So that function is a transfer function. When we click on that send button, the function call is a transfer function. Third is a reporting. It informs the originator what happened to the message. Yes, so when I click on the send button, after a second, I shown with one message like your mail is successfully sent. So that message is called some informative message. Yes. So when your message is successfully sent to that address, so at that time the third function is called, which is a reporting. So inform the originator. It reports the owner of that email that your message is successfully sent. Fourth is the displaying. Displaying is a required for reading the mail. So when your message is successfully sent, it displays a message like undo or view message. Yes. So when we click on that view message, the function called is a displaying. It display your sent mail, so you can read whole mails. So this function is used for reading the mail. The fifth function is a disposition. It is the last step and related what the receiver does with the message after receiving it. It may be a read and save or delete or forward the message. So once receiver receives that mail, then after what receiver do with that mail is at that time the disposition function is called. Suppose I forward that mail to someone else. So that activity, or at that time, the function called is a disposition. Suppose I delete that mail, then I do some activity on that mail. So at that time, disposition is called. So this is the use of disposition function. So these are the functions of email. Now next is a user agent and message transfer agents. So email system consists of two subsystems. First is a user agent, second is a message transfer unit. So let's start with the user agent. So user agent is an interface between a user and network application. It allows a user to read and send an email. The user agents are a local program that provide a command-based, menu-based or graphical method for interfacing with email system. To send an email message, a user must provide the data and the destination address. So as I already said that user agent is the application or the interface. By using that application or interface, we can send our mail, we can compose our mail, we can read the mail, we can delete the mail. Yes, all that function that is provided by the email that has to be done via the user agents. That may be a Gmail or Outlook or Yahoo, yes, or anything. The destination address should be in a proper format and the user agent can deal with the destination address. Most email systems support a mailing list so that user can send the same message to a list of people with a single command. For reading email, the user agent will look at the user's mailbox for incoming email before displaying anything on this screen. It displays a total number of new mails. So user agent is a screen of a Gmail. So it only deal with the email address. Without the email address, we can't send a message to someone else. It just use a email address to send, or it just use the receiver's email address to send that mail to that location. So that is all about user agent. Yes, with the user agent we can also see what numbers of mail we have sent, what number of mail we have received, what number of spam mails. Yes, so that is all thing that all new functionalities are provided by the user agent. Second is a message transfer unit. So message transfer agent move the message from source to the destination. When I create the message, at that time the work is of agent. All the work is done by the user agent. Now when I click on the send button, then all other work is done by the message transfer unit or the message transfer agents. So message transfer agents move the message from source to the destination. Message transfer agents are the system program that run in a background and move an email through the system. After writing the mail, user click of send icon. So MTA activity at this time. MTA checks the destination address and transfer the mail to proper destination on the network. So once you click on the send button, message transfer agent check that your destination address is correct or not. If not correct, then it shows one error message, yes, that address not found. So that activity is done by the MTA. Also, if address is right, yes, then it transfer that mail over the network to the destination. So that is done, or also that is the work of message transfer unit. MTA uses different types of protocol for moving the message from source to destination. It must handle a temporary failures if a destination machine is temporary unavailable. It must spool the message on the local machine for late delivery. MTA must differentiate between local and remote destination. It may have to deliver copies of messages to server machines. It may allow mixing text, voice and video in a message, as well as appending documents and file to a message. MTA works in background while user usually interact directly with the user agent. Yes, so it is something like we order our food with the food delivery app. After we order our food, then after the delivery boy takes all food on their bag, and from that restaurant he moving towards destination, he moving towards our address with all your food stuff. So that delivery boy is work as a message transfer unit. Yes, his work is to check that the food is proper as per order or not, and then after if food is as per your order, he takes your order and deliver to you. So that is the work of message transfer unit in the email. So that is all about a basic introduction of email. From next lecture we'll learn the email protocols. Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.